salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
You're listening to
Northern Life Public Radio
on 102.7
KCHW. Chewelah.
Listen in. As the Chewelah Arts Guild, KCHW 102.7, bring you artists on the air.
Got the wrong one.
We gotta have our horses.
Right? I gotta have my glasses. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes.
Welcome to the KCHW Morning Show. It is Wednesday, July 30th. We are here with your local Wednesday morning roundup with myself, and we have Sharon Ludwig today, the ever lovely Sharon Ludwig. Paula is out gallivanting with friends and doing amazing fun things. So taking
good for her.
Taking a little vacation. So we are here, the two of us. We're going to talk about all the local things happening, and we have a special guest today. We have Jamie Rose Lord. She's going to be here with the Stevens County Historical Society. They have a mural project they're working on, and she is the artist. They have the upcoming unveiling and having a little shindig to celebrate that. So she's going to be on a little bit to talk about that. And in the meantime, let's talk about what's happening around here. First of all, how are you this morning, Sharon?
Well, I'm fine, but my phone is, I need Paula here to have her phone. I think she must have an iPhone or something, and I have a Android, and mine is always behind hers. It doesn't, now it says on air. But
there we go.
But it doesn't, it just says view story.
There's always a delay.
Okay,
so
well.
It's about a minute or so delay. But
well, I may not be able to see us on air.
You'll get there. We're streaming. We're streaming. All righty.
So funny.
So let's go ahead and get right into things here.
Okay.
Let's hold on, let me see here. Let's take a look at the weather.
Okay.
All right. So today, hot today.
Very hot.
Very hot. 97 degrees with sunny to partly cloudy skies. 66 degrees with clear skies overnight. A few light winds, but not too much. Then tomorrow, looking about the same, 97 and 65 for that high and low. But we have a 24% chance of rain. So does that mean it's going to be almost 100 degrees and raining?
Yeah, that sounds funny, doesn't it?
That sounds humid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got mostly sunny skies in the morning, and in the afternoon with a humidity of about 32%. And then later in the evening, that's when looks like the chance of rain might be happening, and it jumps up to 56% humidity. So it's going to get up there, but maybe as the temperature drops, the humidity will rise. I don't know.
So okay, what day are you on?
For the weather?
Yeah.
I'm on Thursday, the 31st.
Okay, but mine says 24%. You said 30.
No, the 32% humidity in the
humidity.
during the day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, up there, that's today, 28%. Mine doesn't have it down below.
Oh, you got to hit the little plus button. You can find it.
See, I need Paula. I just need Paula. Oh,
but
so funny.
Don't we all?
Yes.
But then Friday, that temperature is dropping down quite a bit. It's hitting 84 degrees. It's going to be a little bit nicer for the Friday market. Then 61 degrees overnight, a 24% chance of rain sticking around. We might have a little bit of rain during the market, maybe even a stray thunderstorm is possible. Yeah, hopefully we'll get enough rain to squash down any risk of fires.
Yeah.
But speaking of, we did a news story yesterday. So there have been 947 wildfires so far reported this year. 926 of those have been human caused. There's only
That is so sad.
Yeah, there's only been 21 fires out of 947 caused by natural causes, like lightning or whatever. Everything else has been carelessness, people not putting out their fires properly. One big one is people throwing their cigarette butts out the window. Do not throw your cigarette butts out the window, people.
Well, and do not smoke. You won't have that problem.
I mean, people are going to smoke, but if you do, use an ashtray. Even the newer cars, they don't have ashtrays, but you can buy those little cups that you can put in there.
Oh,
use those. Don't. I've seen them. Don't throw your cigarette butts out the window. Very irresponsible. Bad smokers. All right. Let's see here. Let's get back into the weather here now that I'm done chastising our listening audience. All right. So then Saturday, another pretty nice day on Saturday. 24% chance of rain sticking around. Again, 84 for the high, 59 overnight with mostly cloudy skies throughout the night and the day. I mean, that to me sounds much nicer than 97.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll get some sprinkles. I know we need the rain. Oh, man. My yard's brown right now. I don't know about yours, but...
We have automatic sprinklers, and, so we sprinkle. In the middle of the night at 4 o'clock in the morning, our sprinklers come on.
I need new hoses. I went to pull my hoses out this year, and they're just all brittle and cracked. And
oh, you need new hoses.
Yeah, I need new hoses. So I haven't done any watering this year. Yeah, it's bad. At least it's brown instead of overgrown. So there's that. All right. Then on Sunday we have a high of 90 degrees with a 58 degree low. Mostly sunny skies. Monday of next week, 82 and 57. That's almost hitting in the 70s for the high. I'm liking that. With partly cloudy skies and a 13% chance of rain. Tuesday, 84 and 56 with partly cloudy skies. So a little bit of heat today, but then things are going to start calming down, and looks like they're going to be hovering around the 80s.
Yeah, but the 80s are just wonderful lake weather.
Mm-hmm.
You go out and you sit along the lake, and then you jump in and you get cool, and then you get out and you eat your food, and then you jump back in. Yeah.
Just watch out for the lake monsters.
Oh, do we have some of those around here?
Oh, I think so. I read about that once. Yeah.
Yeah, they spend the evenings with the Sasquatch, right?
Right. I saw a documentary about it. I think the Brown Lake Goblin, I think is what they call it.
Oh.
I don't know. Is it Brown's Lake? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just made that up. Sorry, kids. No, there's no lake monsters. There might be some trout in there though.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to get into events here?
Sure.
I know we got some stuff coming up this weekend. The theater's got some exciting stuff happening.
Okay.
So I'll just let you get right into it.
We have lots of our ordinary things, and it's so nice that we have things that you can count on every week.
Yeah.
Like today's Wednesday, July 30th, and we have pickleball up at the golf course from 8 to 11:30. It's especially there for beginners, so And if you want to know more, you go to Facebook, Chewelah Pickleball Club. And then you...
Wednesdays, yeah, like you said, for beginnings, it's soft pickleball.
Yes.
As opposed to the hard stuff they do on Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah. Do they have a different ball?
No, I think it's the same.
Oh, okay. And this evening is bingo at Fired Up Pizza from 6 to 7, and that's an every week occurrence also. I don't have anything else for today. Do you?
I just have a reminder from the Chamber of Commerce that it is their deadline for getting those newsletter items into the office. So, I can't even speak here. Chamber members can email those requested items to info@chewelah.org.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Tomorrow, Thursday, July 31st, girls pickleball in the evening.
Oh.
I jumped to the evening. And the Oasis Karaoke has a DJ from 8:30 to 11:30 in the evening every week. But it's also opening night of Anne of Green Gables, 7 p.m. at the Center for the Arts. This is a challenging show because we're in the round. They've set up risers, and they're at the most you're going to be 3 rows from the audience. I mean, from the action. Yeah. So you're all right there, and it has been warm. And it has been warm in our building, so we rented a couple of air conditioners to make it more comfortable for our audience. We've also had to cut back a little bit on the number of tickets we can sell. So there aren't as many at the local outlets or at the online. We do have a few that will be sold at the theater. And so we will be counting tickets that are out, counting, so that we don't oversell, because we don't want 2 people sitting in the same seat.
Right.
But the kids are doing such a good job, and the costumes are wonderful. And I see that Gail Sharapi's watching us, and she and I do costumes, and Janet Bresnahan has made Annie's dress. Anne, not Annie, but Anne of Green Gables. She's made her dress, her fancy dress. Gail is the mastermind behind costumes. She just has the design, and I go in and I say, okay, what do I have to do? And she'll say, oh, fix this, fix that.
Nice.
Once in a while, she gives me a special project, and it's great. But that runs, Anne of Green Gables only runs through Saturday night. There's no Sunday matinee. There is a Friday night and Saturday, 2 and 7. So there's 4 shows, 4 times to come and watch it. It'll be a great show. It's just a great show.
And apparently you're going to want to get your tickets because they're probably going to sell out very quickly.
Yeah, but we don't want to say they've sold out, but we do want you to know that that they are limited.
Yeah.
We're always before we could add another row. You might not be able to see as well, but we could add another row on the back. But with the raised seating and with the 4 corners where they have the action comes in and out, we can't put seating there.
Right.
So we've got 105 seats, and normally we can seat up to about 150. So that is a bit of a limited amount. So,
yeah.
And we're excited. We're just really excited. Jessica Setti is an amazing director. She gets stuff out of those kids, those teenagers, that just is amazing. She's amazing.
Well, and we saw Ella is playing. No, Ella's playing Anne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She in The Tempest was so amazing. She was so. I mean, all those teenagers, they were the professionals, man.
Yeah.
We were just the adults were the ones goofing off in the corner, and those teenagers were like keeping us on track and telling us where to be and when to be there. And it was like, thank goodness they were there. Otherwise, we'd have been a mess.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of these kids have come up through the ranks, and so we've seen them progress from being very shy to being able to be just so expressive in their faces, and you're going to see that because you're going to be right there seeing it. Another thing that I think is special is we've got a new young lady who's doing the lights, and she's just doing a wonderful job. She's never been involved with the theater. She has a sister who has, and so she came and wanted to help, and she's learning the lights and just doing a great job.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
These kids are getting some good training. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. So do you have anything else for Thursday?
I do. The Truly Food Bank is open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's right there in front of the Senior Citizen Center at 302 East Main Avenue right here in Chihuahua. And then later that evening, we have Craigmire Karaoke at the Oasis starting at 8:30. So that goes from 8:30 to 11:30. I don't think he can maybe correct me in the comments if he's listening. I don't think there's any theme this time, but it is. He's been packing the house over there lately.
Yeah.
It's been impressive.
Yeah, I did mention that, but we went on to something else with Anne of Green Gables, and then it's good to tell it again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you did say Gail's listening. She says hi, Sharon, and she says have people check online for the tickets. So
yes, because what we did was we changed up the ticket where you could get them a little bit. We have less at the outlets here in town, but we have more online.
Yeah.
So a lot of people want to buy online, and then there's that group that wants a ticket in hand and wants to go down to one of the local outlets.
Are you finding you're selling more tickets online now than you did before?
Well, I'm starting to do just a spreadsheet to see, and so far it's pretty even.
Yeah.
So more than what we used to do, but we still have a lot of people who want to go down and buy tickets online.
Because I know.
I mean, not tickets in person.
I would say the shows that we do here, when we did Chihuahua's Got Talent and even Igor, that it's kind of balanced out a little bit. But for a while, we sold 90% of the tickets we sold for shows were online, and we'd sell maybe one or two in the ticket outlets. It's gotten a little better. For a while, I think one show I tried to do online only, and that's not going to work.
Not in Chihuahua.
Yeah, people want those paper tickets.
Yes, they do.
I will have to say, accounting is much easier for other online tickets.
Oh, yeah.
You click a button and print out a report.
But we also have people in Chihuahua, which surprises some people, but they don't have debit cards. They don't want to order anything online. They don't want their numbers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. There's definitely a security risk. But
yeah. So Lily Moon says karaoke has been packed lately.
It really has.
So
slammed.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for tuning in, Lily. So if you don't know, Lily sang at Summerfest. She has an amazing voice. One of the karaoke regulars. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice.
Great singer. Plugging you, Lily.
Okay, so are we ready to go on to Friday?
Yeah, let's go on to Friday.
Okay, we start the morning with Chamber of Commerce at Mystic Casino, and it is at 7 a.m. for those who like to get up that early. And all are welcome. Businesses, nonprofits, and just individuals. We have individuals who come, and it's an interesting way to find out what's happening in the community and in the business area. And then our secretary, Caleb Staff, he does a Facebook recap about every other week of what happened. And his recaps are so interesting to listen to on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were commenting the other day, and Gino goes, he ought to be on the radio.
Well, yeah, come on, man. Let's go.
And then, of course, after Chamber, we have adult pickleball from 8 to 11:30 again up at the golf course. Farmers Market from 11 to 3:30. I don't have that there's a special on the August 1st. I think the zucchini ricotta is the next week.
Yeah,
on
that's
the 8th.
August 8th, yep.
Yeah, and so it's just regular Farmers Market day, but that Farmers Market is amazing. The
award-winning farmers market.
Yes,
That's
yes. Right. You can have your lunch there. You can get lunch and dinner if you want to take home something and set it aside. You can, you can buy craft things, and you can buy lots of wonderful food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Produce. Yeah.
Stuff to take home and stuff to eat there.
Yes, exactly. And then also on Friday, the Walt Goodman Historical Museum is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And of course, again, Anne of Green Gables is that evening, 7 p.m.
I've got a couple other things here.
Okay,
really
good.
Quick for Friday. So from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is happening Friday. Actually, is it? Wait a minute. Oh no, this is Thursday rather. We're gonna back up a day because I saw this on a different calendar here. So the Friends of the Chewelah Library are having their book sale. This is the last Thursday of the month from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Good.
And that's at the Chewelah Library at 311 East Clay Avenue. So don't tell my wife. Because she'll bring home all the books, and we have no more room for books.
But if you're the kind of person who likes to underline or highlight or fold down the corners of the page, don't do that on a book you've loaned.
No,
you've borrowed, but you can go down and buy books, and then you can do that to your books. Yeah.
My wife likes to buy books with good intentions, and then they're decorations, and we have shelves full of books. We have boxes full of books. We have another room full of books.
You could have your own book sale.
We could.
Yeah.
No, but my wife will not get rid of her books.
Well, and I see on sometimes on decorating shows, they even have the books sorted by color, or they have them sorted by size on the bookcases. And sometimes they have them turned around backwards, and I don't understand that, on the decorating shows, on their bookcases. They have them all turned.
My wife likes to do some where they're stacked up and then some where they're upright.
Oh, yes, I see that too. Yeah, yeah. So you decorate with books. So that's why she gets books.
Yeah, there are, but there's no more room for books.
Okay. One of you has to leave
Right?
if she brings home more books.
It's probably going to be me. She's not going to kick the dogs out.
Saturday, August 2nd. Walt Goodman Historical Museum is open again from 10 to 4. And we're starting August, and it's only going to be open through Labor Day on the weekends, the Walt Goodman Historical Museum. So you want to get down there and see that. I was down there a couple weeks ago, and the displays are changed. It's really nice. The display upstairs is a cabin, and it's really nice. It's just a nice museum,
Yeah.
If you have guests in town, take them down, show them the Chewelah Museum. Yeah.
I've never heard of anything but glowing reviews from anybody that's ever gone. So.
Oh yeah. And Saturday, August 2nd, I don't have the particulars, but I understand there's a car show out at the Mystiquois. Do you know about that?
I know a little bit here. So this is August 2nd. It's shaping up. Let's see. So the registration is open. I know that. Secure your spot today and guarantee your place by clicking the button below and register now. So that is on the Chewelah Events calendar. There's
and we need to plug that. That's a good place to find information.
It is. It really is.
And we want you to put your organization's information on there.
Yeah, and this is where you can enter your own information. It's a very simple form to fill out.
Right.
And then if your organization is a partner, it doesn't cost any money for the calendar. Somebody from your organization will be whitelisted where you can post without moderation, without it needing to be approved. Anybody from the community can post their event on there. It just has to go through an approval process. And what'll happen is it'll go to any of those moderators from any group that's a partner. So when you post it, it goes out to 20 people now. And it just takes one of those people to go ahead and approve that post.
Yeah. So if you have anything that you want the community to be part of, that's where you want it. And how do we find that online?
You just go to chewelah.events.
Aha.
And there's a place where you can partner, you can contact, and there's also a place to donate and become a sponsor of the calendar.
Nice.
So because it does take money to keep these things running, but not a lot. So but there are some funds available or needed for the calendar to keep it going. So.
Right. So then we go on to Sunday, August 3rd, is All Ages Blues Jam from 4 to 7 at Fired Up Pizza with the dinosaurs and the Walt Goodman Historical Museum. Now, the time is a little different. It's from 1 to 3. So you could go to church in the morning and have lunch somewhere in town and then go to the museum.
There you go.
Yeah.
But get there right at 1 because it'll probably take a couple hours to get all the way through it.
That's true.
Or you're going to want to spend a couple hours in there.
Yeah, it's a little museum, but it's got a lot of stuff packed in there.
Yeah.
Local history stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Monday, August 4th, we have pickleball again at the golf course, 8 to 11:30. Now, this is a surprise.
Ooh, I like surprises.
No,
No.
In Chileum, school starts on Monday, August 4th.
What?
Okay, and let me tell you why. They are starting a month early. They're going to get out a month early because they have a major remodel on their whole school next summer. And so they're going to have, instead of a 3-month break, they'll have a almost 4.5-month break for those kids.
Wow.
Next summer for the kids and the teachers. So they're starting a month early this year.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. But
and that means they get out of school as spring starts. So they
yeah, and I'm not sure that the date they get out, but I know that they're getting, a month. It's their whole calendar is just kind of moved a month over.
And that's in Chileum?
Yeah, in Chileum.
Okay, well, I guess maybe they get a pass for that. A little shorter school year. I remember, so my birthday is August 28th. And I can remember as a kid having school start on my birthday, like the first day of school is your birthday so many times.
Yeah.
And I used to hate it because, all the other kids, they got cupcake parties and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
Or the kids, if your birthday was during the summertime, you could have a party and have all your friends. But when your birthday is the first day of school, you can't bring cupcakes to school on the first day. I guess you could, but we never did.
Yeah.
And you can't have a birthday party on the first day of school.
Well, and sometimes you don't even know the kids that are in your class.
Exactly.
Yet. So,
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and my birthday is in the 20th of June. And when I'm old enough that we didn't have summer birthdays.
Right.
So I just didn't have a birthday. I wasn't sung to. I wasn't recognized. I didn't bring cookies or whatever.
What do you mean you're old enough you didn't have birthdays?
No, during the school year.
Oh, yeah.
During the school year. Didn't get to have birthday parties during the school year. They just didn't do that for summer birthdays.
Do they still do that? It seems like the classes are so big these days that I can't imagine with, 35 kids in a classroom, they could do a birthday party for every single one of them.
I think that they do, that they're allowed to bring treats, I don't know that every kid does. I don't know that with working mothers and working fathers, I don't know that they're able to do that, but I know that they still do some. Yeah. Yeah, fun. Okay. I don't know where I was.
I don't know either.
Monday.
Monday.
I was stopped at Inchelium School. I just thought that was so interesting. Also, at the Senior Center every Monday is Single Deck Pinnacle from 5 p.m. Next Thursday is the First Thursday, and that's an exciting time in Chihuahua because we have things going on at the art gallery. We have things going on at different places around town. And so tell us more about that, because I know you've got some big deals coming on at the Creative District.
Oh, yeah. So we have, I don't remember off the top of my head who our artists are going to be for this month. I've seen it. I have it in an email. I haven't been involved in those planning meetings.
And I don't think I have it either.
Let's see. Do we
I figured Chuck had it.
You would think, right? But no, I don't. Let me see if I can get to it here real quick. But yeah, I do know there's I know there's a lot of stuff happening. I know there's different artists. We had artists on last night. We had Susan and Wayne Pedersen on last night for the Artists on the Air.
Uh-huh.
And she is going to be featured, I think she was going to be at Westhoff.
Oh, good, because the last First Thursday I walked down to Westhoff's and they didn't have a display.
Oh, I think she said Westhoff.
So I'm excited to because they have nice displays that they set.
They do.
It's a nice office. Yeah.
It really is. And this calendar is not the Chula.events calendar. This other calendar I'm trying to go to is not loading. That might have more information.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay.
Okay.
Well, it's the art walk. Come on out. Check out all the artists. We'll get more information coming up later.
And you'll see people going in and out of places, so you'll know, I've got to go there.
And it's not in my daily announcements yet because it's next week, so it's not fresh in my brain.
Yeah.
But I have seen the poster for it, and I have seen all the artists, and it's going to be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we're just going to highlight some things in August. Next weekend, August 8th and 9th, is the Valley Fair. And
yes,
we've heard a little bit about that. We'll talk about that a lot next week. And then August 9th through 10th is also Huckleberry Festival up at the 49 Degrees North. And that's a music and food type festival. August 21st is the 24th Annual Northwest Washington Fair. Maybe that 24 is maybe not the 24th because they've been going longer than that. I don't know what that 20. Oh, it's duh. I'm reading my notes wrong. It's August 21 through 24.
Okay.
I didn't put a comma there. And then coming up in September, the 5th through the 7th, the Chewelah American Legion is having a gavel passing with, they're having Canadian American or Legion people coming down, and it's a big deal. We'll learn more about that as it gets closer. We hope to have a guest on from the American Legion to tell us all about that. It's September 13th is the Chamber of Commerce annual auction and dinner. So we've got things coming up. You know, sometimes in your mind you think, oh, August, it's vacation month. Nobody does anything. That's not true. Not in Chewelah. Not anymore. And then the other local thing that we really kind of want to talk about a little bit is what's going on 395.
Yeah. Did you find any information about that?
No, I didn't even look. I figured you were finding it.
No.
Okay.
I haven't looked either.
So I know that on the Facebook there was a link to, or maybe, but on the Chewelah City of Chewelah website, there is a link and there's some information about it. And Chuck is finding it because he's so much quicker than I am. And
I even type left-handed.
Woo! And then they're telling us about what's happening on the Chewelah site, Chewelah, City of Chewelah. And there's also a link to go to the WSDOT, which is Washington Department of Transportation. You know, sometimes the acronyms, the name, the numbers, like, you just like, what is that? You know.
The FGK DYC.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah. All right, so I do have a little bit of information here. It's not a lot. They don't have any dates here.
Okay, is that on the Chewelah City of Chewelah site?
No, this is on the Washington State Department of Transportation, the DOT site.
Okay.
The DOT. So this is going to be happening from Hafer Road to, to Sand Canyon Road.
Right.
And they're gonna redo the asphalt. Let's see here. They're gonna add chicanes. I don't know what a chicane is. Do you know what a chicane is?
No.
Yeah, and then sidewalks, bike lanes, traffic islands, bulb outs, rectangular rapid flashing beacons, or RRFBs, drainage modifications, and a shared use path will also be part of the project within the town limits of Chewelah. So once completed, the roadway surface will have a smoother ride that will be preserved for years to come.
Yeah,
now,
they're going to be doing the road work at night, but they're going to be doing the shoulder work during the day. So it's going to disrupt us. And they're starting at the Sand Canyon area. They've got trucks out. They've started working. They've got lines marked, pink or red or whatever color it is on the asphalt where they're going to be cutting out and redoing sidewalks and redoing all kinds of things. I'm kind of excited about the bulb outs. Now, people might not know what that is, but if you go to Colville, you see them. It's where on the intersections, it kind of goes around and out the sidewalk, so you can't pass on the right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I know it's a little difficult for snowplows because they like to just go straight through.
Or if you do pass on the right, your axles are going to be hating you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But most people in Chewelah have encountered somebody passing them on the right, even though it's illegal in town, and even though we have signs in town that say "Do not pass on the right." And there are some people that have been almost hit by people passing on the right.
Mm-hmm.
I almost got hit just a couple. It was about a month ago, and I was turning left onto Lincoln Street. Somebody was turning right, going towards from my right, going towards the high school, and I was going towards home, and somebody passed this person going quite rapidly, and I'm in the intersection turning, and this person has a slam on their brakes, and I just slammed on my my horn.
Slammed on your horn. You gave him the middle finger.
No, I didn't do that. I
stuck your head out and screamed at him. Sharon.
I didn't, but I slammed on my horn. And the funny thing is that the person that was turning towards the high school, she actually went up, turned around, and followed me home and asked me why I honked at her.
Wow.
You know, she wasn't mad. She just wanted to know what she'd done wrong. And I said, you didn't do anything wrong. I said, the lady that tried to pass you almost hit me.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was a little scary for me. And I've seen kids on bikes or walking that you couldn't see. And all of a sudden this person's on the right. And I saw him almost hit a bicyclist once. You know, it's just a dangerous thing. Don't do it. Don't do it, people.
Well, so you're talking about in the city, because I know
In the city.
because I know, like on the highway, if somebody's turning left, you want to get around them, so you do pass on the right.
Yeah, yeah.
But like in the town where there's sidewalks, where there's pedestrians,
And I believe the only place that's really allowed is you can pull up on the right of somebody at the stoplight.
yeah, to turn right.
Turn right.
Yeah.
If there's nobody parked there, you know, you can do that. But otherwise, it's illegal. Anyway, that's my little take on it, and I'm kind of excited to have those bulb outs to slow down the traffic, slow down and get rid of that turning on the right.
So, and I did look up a chicane.
Okay,
so a
good.
chicane is a traffic calming device consisting of a series of curves or offsets in a roadway designed to slow down vehicles.
Ooh,
Now, I'm looking at images of them, and I'm really having a hard time. It's basically just kind of like a half roundabout, I guess, where it just, instead of going straight through, you have to do a slight curve. I would imagine like where Sand Canyon is, maybe.
Yeah.
Do a slight curve around that road. So you have to slow down to get around the curbs. There's a lot of times there's an island in the middle. And what it does is, if there's, from some of the images I'm seeing here, basically, if you're coming across, and sometimes there's areas, you know, where even the paint's missing on the road, where people kind of drift into the other lane, or it prevents that around blind corners.
Oh, nice.
So it's basically, it takes the place when you don't need a full roundabout to just kind of create a diversion in the road to kind of slow you down a little bit.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, and so this is going to be an interesting thing for Chihuahua. It's going to last a couple of months. I believe it's the deadline is
the construction, not the project.
Yeah, the construction. Well, that is a project, the
Yeah.
construction, and that will be disruptive. But Farmers Market has on their Facebook site. It says we will be open. You know, you may have to park at the side. Park your car at the side. You might, there just could be differences. But with the main work being done at night, it shouldn't be too bad. We might be traveling on gravel roads, or, and it might be one lane road.
Yeah.
Well,
and the work is all going to be done at night, and they've said they're not going to be working on Fridays. So so it won't be. Again, there might be a little bit of construction, and might have a couple of weeks where they're going to be blocking parking for the market, but for the most part, they're not going to block anything until they actually get to that section. They're starting at Hafer Road. They're working their way in sections.
Actually, they're starting at Sand Canyon.
Oh, is it starting at Sand Canyon? Going the other way?
They've already got stuff working up there.
Okay.
And
so I had that backwards.
Yeah.
But they're going to be working in phases, so it won't be the whole area torn up the whole time. They're going to be
Well, they say they're going to be working on the shoulders, which would be the sidewalks during the day, but the main road during the night. So we'll have construction. The people who live there will hear construction 24 hours a day for the next 2 months.
So, and I'm looking at the timeline, and there's not a lot of information here still. We know that it was awarded to Cameron Riley, LLC. And that was just awarded back in June. So the construction is going to begin July, very soon. It is beginning.
Right.
And it should wrap up in October. Sometime in October.
Yeah.
So.
And I understand there was a nice write-up in the Independent about this. It was interesting because at Chamber last week, which is where I get some of my information, the mayor made a report, and her start date was different than what Jared had made in the newspaper, because they got their information from two different spots, but they were all correct information. But it was interesting that, So the start date was was Monday. Anyway, but they've got trucks in town. They've got them parked. They're starting to mark sidewalks. They're putting up signs that say road work ahead and detours and things like that. So, yep. It's going to be, I love construction. I love it when we've remodeled a house or we've done something or added something at home. I just love the whole process.
Yeah.
So I love it when it's done, and I love the planning, but I just think it's really fun to watch the process. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's if you go to the city website,
Okay.
then there's a link to take you to the WashDOT page. If you go to cityofchewelah.org/publicworks/page, blah blah blah. It takes you to a link. There's not a ton of information on the WashDOT site, but there is some information. There's links to all of the results that came from, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different community meetings about this. You know, the planning sessions that have been published online or publicly.
Yeah. So if you say I didn't know it was happening, you weren't having your eyes open, seeing.
Right.
Is that right?
Right. I mean, I think I went to 3 different meetings
I did
that were
too.
packed full
They
of people.
were packed full of people, and we had our opportunities to put little dots on and vote for things that we thought were important, and yeah.
I was actually pretty impressed by the process because it was pretty interactive with the community.
Yes.
They got a lot of feedback from the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to vote on different options and different variations within those options.
Yes. Yes.
So there was quite a bit. This is all based on feedback from the majority of the community. So.
Well, and this is a pilot project for Chewelah. We're the first one in the state where they've spent a bunch of money doing this, doing the full, cars, walkers, bikes, all kinds of transportation, working about that. So it's kind of fun that it's money that's being spent here in Chewelah, and it's state money because it's a state highway.
Yeah.
Which is where our gas taxes go. And I was just telling my daughter yesterday, I don't mind paying gas taxes. I don't even mind paying license fees if I would know that it all went to roads.
Right. Right.
But I don't know where that money goes.
Gold toilet seats and all that.
Yeah. Well, we have our guests here.
Yes, we do.
And that will be fun.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So let's go ahead and we'll take our break.
Okay.
Do you have anything else that you
No,
need to
I
get to?
don't. I just, it's just exciting, the things that are happening in Chewelah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And don't forget to check on those tickets for Anna Green Gables because I'm going to do that after this because I want to go see that. I really, really want to go see that. So I'm going to check. I'm going to check during the break.
Yeah, some people had thought all of them online were sold, and we were able to put more online. So double check online, and then, like I said, we'll be counting seats and how many sell, and we will be selling some at the door, but I can't guarantee that we'll be able to sell all of them.
And where all are those tickets available? You got online?
Online at On the Stage, and I don't know I know it's On the Stage Chewelah Anne. But go to our either our website, and that's Chewelah Center for the Arts, and there will be a click, button that you can go to purchase tickets, or on our Facebook site you can go. And then there's also here at Acres and Valley Drug, and we thank both of them for being so generous to allow us to sell tickets. And we have people who want to buy online because they want to buy in the middle of the night when they're up. And we have people who want to walk in and buy a ticket and have a ticket in hand. So it is fun that we are still able to do tickets both ways.
And those tickets, only $10.
Only $10. That's right.
Yep.
And if you take a seat, it's a $10 ticket. Now, if you have a baby in arms, which I don't recommend taking baby in arms to shows, they don't have to have a ticket if they sit in your lap.
They're not going to get a lot of entertainment out of it.
No, not on this one.
Yeah.
Some of the stage time shows kids are just enthralled with, but this is it's an action show because it's in the round, so the kids are turning and constantly looking at you. Props are coming in and out, but it's a adult teenage type show. It's not it's not fun and dancing and fancy costumes like some of our stage time shows have been. So it's a good show, though. The kids are doing just marvelous. Yeah. I was watching last night, and I'm going, oh, well, that boy has really come along. He's just playing that part so well, And having seen him for the last 4 years playing, it was kind of fun.
Well, and I love the idea of this teen conservatory because, again, a lot of what Janet does with those stage time kids is, every little community has their, their youth theater and all that. But I don't know if I've seen the production value and the interaction for the number of people we have to have the population in Chewelah and having 60 some odd kids in a single play is outrageous.
Yeah. Well, and it's economical. I mean, it is $65 for the stage time. It's $100 for the kids that do the teen conservative. Out of that, they actually get a professional photographer that comes in and takes their headshots. So, they get, But we've had people who go to Spokane to be in a theater, to be in a show, and it's $250 or more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just to be in the show.
Well, some of them are, some in the show, and some they're theater schools. Like we have stage time is a school, and so you get 3 months. You get 3 months for that. That's just amazing of training from, like you say, from Janet. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now there's some of the older kids that are coming back, and they're doing plays, and they're doing teaching,
absolutely,
and they're kind of passing on the torch. Yeah. And that's really cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah, we have one of our graduates who came and said, is there anything I can do? And Jessica didn't have enough people to have a stage manager, so Kiana Ross is our stage manager, and she's come up through theater, through stage time, and she knows what she's doing, and she's got those kids online. So it's great.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Like I said, working with the teenagers with the Tempest, they're on a different level than the people that didn't go through the course. And we've seen, some of the kids really become, they mature and they become more, they sit still and they're able to.
They're more like the teachers.
Yeah. Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah. So that's we have so much going on in this town, and I know we're wanting to go to break.
Yeah.
But we've got sports, and we've got taekwondo, and we've got theater, and we've just got, all kinds of things, music, and it's just a nice little community. I know Paula gets all excited, and so she's not here, so I have to get excited.
Get excited. All right. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and go to break. We'll be right back after this. We have Jamie, and she's brought another friend who I don't recall her name. I don't know if I was ever given her name, but we've got a couple folks here from the Stevens County Historical Society.
Ooh, fun.
They've got a new mural that Jamie's been working on.
Yeah.
We've got some, if you're watching online, we're going to get some photos up of the progress.
Nice.
And we're going to be talking about that and their unveiling event and what to expect. So we'll be right back. Stick around right here on the KCHW Morning Show. On KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, July the 30th, 2025. I'm Mike Clifford. Extreme heat will continue across much of the southern plains to New England, with more than 150 million people under heat alerts. That from NBC News. They report record temperatures likely across the Northeast and Florida, where the mercury could climb to the low 100s. Hartford, Connecticut, Newark, New Jersey, Tampa, and Orlando in Florida, and Philadelphia are some cities that could see record highs. NBC notes that air quality alerts have also been issued from Rhode Island to Delaware. By Thursday, the heat will break for the Midwest and Great Lakes and the Northeast. In the South, extreme temperatures expected through the end of the week. Meantime, the Trump administration this week has taken steps to overturn a landmark legal underpinning of the Clean Air Act that helps the feds clamp down on harmful emissions.
The federal EPA released its proposal to rescind the 2009 endangerment finding, which has served as the legal basis for regulating major sources of greenhouse gas emissions, including power plants, transportation, and oil and gas operations. Lauren Pagel of the group Earthworks says people in the Buckeye State should pay close attention if fossil fuel companies are given more wiggle room.
Ohio produces a lot of oil and gas, and methane emissions are a serious problem anywhere that oil and gas is produced.
The endangerment findings stemmed from a 2007 Supreme Court ruling after scientists declared a collection of pollutants were a threat to human health. The Trump administration contends that action led to costly regulations harming industries like auto manufacturing. The EPA will soon collect public comment on the proposed rule change, and legal challenges are expected. And advocates say if the new rule is finalized, worried residents will have to appeal to state leaders to consider stronger protections. This is Mike Moen for Ohio News Connection. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Next to North Carolina, where the General Assembly overrode Governor Josh Stein's veto of a bill that requires greater collaboration between police and federal immigration enforcement.
Legislators bypassed Stein to approve House Bill 318, which strengthens a law passed last year requiring cooperation between North Carolina sheriffs and Immigration Customs Enforcement. The new law expands when authorities must check the immigration status of prisoners. Those arrested for nonviolent offenses like fraud or impaired driving must be checked under the new laws. Veronica Aguilar is with the North Carolina-based Latino immigration rights group El Pueblo. She says the governor raised valid concerns about constitutional violations, such as racial discrimination from ICE.
It will exacerbate fear and uncertainty in our communities. We also fear that this will discourage victims and witnesses from reporting crimes. And
GOP supporters of the new law say it addresses public safety concerns. It goes into effect in October.
This is Public News Service. Ohio lawmakers are moving forward with a bill to help first responders better support people with autism and other disabilities.
The proposed 911 database would be voluntary and aims to improve outcomes in emergency situations. House Bill 144, known as Keith's Law, passed the Ohio House in May with bipartisan support. It would allow individuals or their caregivers to provide relevant health or behavioral information to be shared with first responders when an emergency call is made. Representative Brian Lorenz co-sponsored the bill.
I have a personal connection to that. My son's on the autism spectrum, and I know a lot of kids and adults that have challenges, especially when they interact with law enforcement.
The Autism Society of Ohio supports the bill, citing Department of Justice data showing about 10% of 911 calls involve people with disabilities. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
And this week, Kentucky state regulators are expected to decide the future of a 1,300-acre solar farm proposed for the historic Starfire coal mine site.
He says a community benefits agreement with the developer could help ensure funds are put toward apprenticeship readiness programs.
We've been talking with the Laborers International Union of North America around a project labor agreement, which would help ensure local hires on the project.
He adds contributing funds to improve flood resiliency, housing affordability, and energy efficiency and weatherization are other potential avenues for Bright Night, the solar project's developer. The survey and more information about the coalition are online at appalachianky.org/Starfire Community Coalition. This is Nadia Ramlagan for Kentucky News Connection.
And finally, the coaches of the Renton School District, just south of Seattle, are organizing with the American Federation of Teachers to fight for what they say are fair wages in their first union contract.
Buddy Ryan is the head boys track and field coach at Hazen High School. He says Renton coaches get paid much less compared to neighboring school districts, which contributes to a 45% turnover rate in coaches from year to year.
I'm not expecting to go buy a new car off a season of coaching, but I'm not expecting to make minimum wage to be responsible for all these kids. And I think the reality is a fair wage for a fair day's work is what everybody looks for.
Renton School District has proposed a 2.5% wage increase, far below what the coaches asked for. AFT says the district has the funds to pay coaches fairly. The district did not respond to a request for comment. I'm Isabel Charlet.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.
It's 8:19.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheweLaFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheweLaFlooring@gmail.com.
Programming brought to you by Ryan Moore, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Deer Park, Washington. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Edward Jones is a firm that helps individuals and business owners achieve their financial goals. More information is available at edwardjones.com or by calling 509-276-2974. Edward Jones, member SIPC, with locations in Deer Park and Chewelah.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Welcome to 2025 Talks, where we're following our democracy in historic times.
This mass shooting occurred in one of the most heavily policed cities in America, inside a building with multiple layers of security. Yet, it could not stop a man wielding a weapon of war.
Paul Murray with the Newtown Action Alliance is one of many gun control advocates calling again for a federal ban on assault weapons after a gunman opened fire in a New York City skyscraper, killing 4 before shooting himself. Shane Tamora drove from Las Vegas, seemingly seeking revenge on the NFL for what he wrote was CTE, brain damage caused by repeated blows. Tamora never played professionally, but was a star high school football player. In a rambling note, he asked that his brain be studied. The shooter was known to have serious mental issues, but kept possession of his weapons. New York State has some of the strictest firearms laws in the country, but there was little to stop the legal gun owner from walking into a Manhattan office building openly carrying an assault rifle. State firearm restrictions were approved after mass shootings at elementary schools in 2024, but Governor Kathy Hochul says the entire country needs tighter and universal gun laws.
So you can't say you're tough on crime and be soft on guns or weak on guns. It's just not holding up. We need a national awakening here. People need to be talking about this once again, and it shouldn't just happen in the wake of a tragedy like this. It should be an ongoing conversation.
In a major rollback of environmental rules, the EPA is reversing its finding that planet-warming greenhouse gases are a threat to public health. That determination was key to limiting carbon emissions, and fossil fuel allies are calling this the most important deregulation in years. The lawyer for Ghislaine Maxwell says she will only testify in return for clemency or a pardon. The former girlfriend of the late pedophile Jeffrey Epstein is serving a long sentence for child sex trafficking. The Defense Department's Education Division is banning a record number of books. Close to 600 volumes have been banned at schools on bases, drawing resistance from the ACLU and some military families. Teslyn Magnuson with Every Library notes parents can usually order books the local library doesn't have, but she says things are quite different on a DoD base.
Either a kid has parents who can afford to order books, that's not necessarily available for every kid, and they're not going to have a public library. So the school library is their library, and we're taking that away from them.
The federal budget megabill cut funding for the Institute for Library and Museum Sciences, a key funder of public libraries nationwide. Librarians have been criticized for not banning certain books, causing disruption and mistrust at large and small institutions alike. A former librarian of Congress fired earlier this year after a decade in the post says she wasn't given much of an explanation. She and others charged the move was politically motivated. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says the UK will recognize Palestine at the UN this September. This comes as Israel continues to block aid to the country, leading to famine for more than 2 million people. Starmer says to forestall the recognition of a Palestinian state, Israel would have to allow in much more aid and meet the terms of a ceasefire.
Unless the Israeli government takes substantive steps to end the appalling situation in Gaza, agree to a ceasefire, and commit to a long-term sustainable peace, reviving the prospect of a two-state solution. And this includes allowing the UN to restart the supply of aid.
I'm Edwin J. Vieira for Pacifica Network and Public News Service. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We are back with myself, Chuck Ritchie. We have, of course, the ever lovely Sharon Ludwig, and we're joined with Jamie. Is it so? Jamie
Rose Lord.
Jamie Rose Lord. Okay.
And then sometimes legally there's a Phillips in there, but it's confusing. But I was hacked on Facebook many years ago, and so Facebook requires that I use my real name, which is Jamie Rose Phillips, but my artist name is Jamie Rose Lord.
I gotcha. My wife had a similar thing back in Anchorage years and years ago. She had cameras blocking my view of you, but that's okay.
Okay.
We'll just pretend, right?
Okay.
So no, she had a similar thing where she had to change the spelling of her first name, and she never legally took my last name, but she uses it to do business and legally because she had somebody with the same exact name as hers actually steal her identity with a big long criminal history. She had a hard time getting a job for a while.
Oh my gosh.
It was really rough. So I totally understand.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
I hope the audience can understand.
Right? No, I get it. And what was your name?
Donna Cox. And I'm a volunteer at the Stevens County Historical Society.
Very cool. Hold on, let me get your mic up here a little bit. So the Stevens County Historical Society, give us a little overview of what that is.
Well, the Historical Society has been in existence since 1903 in Colville, and we are located at 700 North Wynn, and that's just north of Safeway. And we have a beautiful museum. I think that it's about 3,000 square feet. And 7.5 acres of grounds, which is really unusual for a museum. We were also the city of Colville in the early 1960s. They received as a gift from the Keller estate, the Keller House, which is a historical craftsman style home. And it was built in 1910. Mr. and Mrs. Keller didn't have children, and so they wanted their property to be a city park. So, so we're actually classified as a city park, and there's several outbuildings, carriage house. We have the first schoolhouse in Colville has been moved to that site. We have a big blacksmith shop and farm equipment and stagecoaches. Yeah, there's really a lot to see there. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I know you do a big thing at Christmas because our friend Debbie McConnell comes and plays the piano up there. During your Christmas events.
Yes, and that is one of our biggest events every year, and that takes place the first weekend in December, and it's a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we have a theme every year, although we haven't we're waiting for the mural unveiling to be complete before we look at the Christmas event. But we have musical entertainment in the Keller House. We have Anna Keller's original piano there, and it's a beautiful piece. If you've never been to the Keller House, it is amazing.
It's been years, but I need to go again.
Yeah.
I need to go for the first time. I'm just learning about this.
Yeah. So everything's decorated from top to bottom, and we have refreshments, and it's a lot of fun.
So can we go to the Keller House other than at Christmas?
Yes. We do guided tours of the Keller House.
Uh-huh.
And the museum is open from May 1st through September 30th from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. And but we can take appointments for other tours and stuff. So,
Okay. So are the tours, are they by appointment only, the guided tours? Or
the guided tours are, if it's during our regular business hours, then there's no problem as far as going in and seeing the Keller House. If it's if you can't make it between 1 and 4 and you can only do it at 10 o'clock, you can contact us and we can go ahead and make arrangements and have you come take a look anytime.
No, the Keller House. What era is this house? Is it something that's more modern, like maybe Victorian era, or is it more rustic?
It's a craftsman style.
Okay.
And it was another interesting feature is that it was started in building in 1907. It was completed in 1910. Mm-hmm. It was one of the first homes in Colville that had indoor plumbing and electricity. We have a lot of the original furnishings from the home, a lot of the furniture, and it is just really beautiful. So
wow.
So if I forgot to write down when I can go up there, do you have a website?
We do have a website, and we also have a Facebook page.
Okay.
I will have to...
Okay, well, if you can just give it to us before you leave today, because I know that we have people that want to go, but we have people who listen while they're driving in their car and they can't write things down.
Right. So our Facebook page is just Stevens County Historical Society.
Okay.
And so that's easy to find. And I will find the website.
Sorry to catch you off guard
no.
there.
No.
So it looks like it's Stevens County Historical Society.org, right?
Right. Thank
you. There you go. No problem. So what I'm wondering, a house with the original furniture. I mean, I buy furniture, I've got dogs, I've got kids that last me maybe 3 or 4 years until I got to get a new couch or something. How does furniture survive 100 years?
Well,
I know it was made better than they make furniture today.
It was made better. And one thing I think contributes to it is Mr. and Mrs. Keller did not have children.
And probably didn't let dogs in the house.
And probably, yes. So
that does improve things. But you think at some point during that 100 years that other people would have lived there and had that furniture? Or how long has it been in possession of the Historic Society?
Since it has been rented at certain points, and if people remember, I can't recall the name of the guy that started. Oh, Mike Hale's Ales. I think he first started brewing his beer in the basement of the Keller House.
Ooh,
so him and his wife rented that for a short time. And then there came to a point where they decided, let's stop doing, renting it out. And I think at that point is when the Historical Society decided to go ahead and take over and and start doing the tours and so forth.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the website here. This is beautiful property. Wow.
It really is beautiful. Yeah.
It really is park-like.
We
That's
also
gorgeous.
have another one of our features is a lookout that came from Graves Mountain in Ferry County.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, so that can be, that's a guided tour also. We have a fence around it and it's all locked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can include that. And we also do school tours. There's different schools around the area that have come and viewed the museum and the grounds. And last year we had a group from the Hilliard Senior Center, and they brought up 2 little buses. There was about 25 of them, and they were all, I don't know, 70s, 80s.
They were historical.
They were.
They're amazing. They bring their buses up to our productions at the Center for the Arts.
Okay.
They are an amazing group.
Yes. And there was about 8 or 10 of them that wanted to go up into the lookout. And so they, had their little canes and went up the steep sets of stairs and took pictures, and it was really fun.
Oh wow! Because I was looking at it. There's a lot of steps to go up there. Now, that's a fire lookout, right?
Yes. So, and I'm not sure what year it was decommissioned. We have 2 flights of stairs getting up to the cabin, and originally when it was up on Graves Mountain, there was about 7 flights of stairs. So it was much, much taller than it is now.
Oh yeah. So do you know? I'm always curious because you still see the lookouts around. Do you know anything more about the other lookouts that we see around the area?
Well, I know that the lookout on Monumental Mountain, when it was taken down, it was put up for bid. A private individual bought it, and they took it down and hauled it truckload after truckload to their property and rebuilt it.
Oh, wow.
And that's located out on Highway 20 towards Ponderay Lakes.
Okay.
And yeah, if you know, it's near Park Rapids. So if you kind of know what you're looking for, you can look left up on the mountain and see it.
That's cool. Because I know we have one right outside of Chihuahua here, and I've had people ask me, "Is that still in use?
No.
I've had people ask, like, "Do you know where I can apply for that job? That's the job I want. I want to sit in the lookout tower."
No, that was bought by a couple of brothers, and the one outside at north of Chihuahua.
Yeah.
And they brought it down, dismantled it, and put it up in their yard. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's a private thing.
Oh yeah. And the one brother that lived over in Idaho, I believe, he would come, and that's where he would stay when he'd come to visit his mom, because that was his mom's property.
That is nice.
Yeah.
I would love to stay in one of those.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so I get sidetracked on the lookout towers. I've always been fascinated by those. So there's the lookout tower. We talked a little about the cabin, the house. What else there is there to?
We have an amazing Native American display.
Nice.
We have a room that probably is the same size as this room that has artifacts that are displayed in glass cases, a lot of beadwork, a lot of tools that the Native Americans used and made. There's clothing, jackets, dresses. We have one collection that is pretty amazing because we have the picture of the Native American woman. I can't tell you what her name was, but we have it in our files. And she's wearing a headdress, a dress. Her horse has this beaded, I don't know what you would call it, like a big collar that comes down the front of the horse. It's in the same design, and
like a yoke. Isn't that what they call that?
Possibly.
I think a yoke is more for farming. Anyway.
Yeah. There was I mean, there's many pieces to this collection, and it's all in this old photograph. And it's pretty cool that we have those and you're able to just look at the amazing work.
So you have the actual pieces and the photographs to go with them.
Yeah, we do.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
That
that.
beading is amazing to watch. Our local library, our local museum here in Chihuahua had a beading demonstration one time, and I went and watched. It was just fascinating watching this person bead.
Yes, I know. I took a beading class one time at Easy Knit in Colville.
Oh, yeah.
And made this little barrette that was probably about 3 inches by 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, yeah.
And just that tiny little thing took a lot of work.
Yeah.
To do the beading and get your design in there.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a basket weaving class like that, thinking that was something I wanted to get into. 6 hours later, I said, this is it. I've done this. I don't ever want to do it again.
There's always the joke about, you take the easy classes in college, they call it underwater basket weaving. That's just really hard to me. I mean, basket
Well, yeah,
weaving
it was a difficult
It's an
class.
art. Yeah. And
that's
we
not
have
an easy class.
Yeah, and in that same in our display with the Native American, we have numerous different types of gathering bags that they would make.
Nice.
When
Oh,
they
yeah.
would go out and do their harvesting and
Yeah.
different size bags for different roots or berries or whatever.
Yeah. So do you guys work a lot with the tribes on these displays, or is it?
I cannot tell you that.
Yeah.
A lot of this happened. Well, we've been in this building for about 50 years, and I think we had a really strong base of volunteers back many years ago. I mean, we have photographs of probably 30, 40 volunteers.
Yeah.
And now we're down to maybe 10.
Oh, I'm part of organizations like that.
Mhm.
It's
So
yeah.
that is
It's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. And we used to be open more hours than just 1 to 4, and we had enough people to do 2 shifts. One in the morning and one in the afternoon, but we're just stretched so thin now that we're not able to do that.
So if any of our listeners want to volunteer, how do they go about doing that?
They can call the museum, and our phone number is 509-684-4968. Excuse me, the last 4 is 5968.
Ah, yes.
And they can call and just say they're interested in volunteering. And we have a number of different things they could be involved in, whether it's just like the greeter or the tour guide that our visitors meet when they first come in. Or there's always grounds work to do, gardening and that type of thing. And just, if we have special events, we're always in need of a few extra people.
Oh, yeah.
So if anybody, that's listening would be interested in helping that day, I'm sure that we could find something for you to help with.
Yeah.
So
I'd imagine just hanging around all the old buildings and the cabins with a duster would be a pretty pleasant day.
Yes, we do a major clean every spring. The cabins have lots of cracks and places for dust to get in and
dust and unwelcome visitors that
yes.
you probably gently bring back outside and put back where they belong.
Right.
All right. So now we've kind of gone over the Historical Society. What we're really here for is this mural.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk to you, Jamie, about the mural.
Sure.
For those of you online, we'll get in the photos in a minute. I got them all loaded up here. Tell us a little bit about what we're expecting for this mural, where it's at, and what it's going to be.
All right. So I'll just tell you a little backstory. A few months ago, I was working and I got a call, and it was from Donna, and she and I had a conversation on the phone, and she said that the Stevens County Historical Society was interested in having me paint a mural for them, and if I would be interested in that, and we could start a conversation about it. And that was just really exciting for me because it's an honor to be asked to do a mural.
Mhm.
And Donna and I had met a few years ago at a craft fair, and so she had mentioned my name to the volunteer members, and it was decided that, okay, well, we'll approach her and see if this could work out. So fast forward, I get to have a nice meeting with the committee, and there were pictures all over the table laid out for me to look at of historical images of Stevens County. And they had the one special image that they were really excited about having me paint. And it's an incredible photo. It's taken by Alma Richardson, who is Richard's grandmother. So Richard Richardson.
Richard Wilner.
Richard Wilner. Okay, pardon me.
And Linda Terry, who is another one of our volunteers, their brother and sister.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's all connected. So this photo is part of the Historical Society family, basically.
Nice.
And it's a unique photo that it depicts the Native American Indian encampment at the Kettle Falls waterfall previous to the dam, to the Grand Coulee Dam. So now this place isn't even there. You can only really see it from above, from the little lookout above, but you can only imagine it. So the photo that we have to represent the area is a once in a lifetime photo because that place is gone. And so for me to take on this project of painting a place that no longer exists, we only have a few reference photos of the area. It was a challenge, but I was ready for it because I just I really love to paint public art, and I think it's a gift to the community, and the Historical Society has offered me this this opportunity, so I definitely was excited to take it. The part of the challenge, I'd say, it's 12 by 24 feet. So it's a really large mural.
Wow.
The location of the mural itself is, it's on the which side?
I would say east side.
East side. It's at the entry. So as you pull up to the Historical Society Museum, you'll be able to see the mural first thing first, and then you'll park and you could walk around and take another closer look at it. Mm-hmm. But the location is actually on a little hill, so we couldn't paint on the building. So this mural, we decided we would paint on panels, and then the logistics of how were we going to paint this on panels off site, that was a question that I had, well, how am I going to do this?
Your studio's not big enough?
My studio wasn't big enough. I did paint the Creamery mural in our home. I did the Columbia Community Creamery mural a few years ago when I was
going to mention that for reference. Yeah,
I did paint that in our spare room. We had taken a wall out, not for the mural, but long story short, it was 6 by 16 feet of mural painting for weeks on end in our house. And that was just so fun for me because I was able to have my coffee and paint the mural and have my dinner and then go look at the mural. Well, I sort of wanted to have the same experience with having that much time with the mural. I wanted to have it be something that I could really dedicate a lot of time to because I think it's a very important thing to make a really, really good job. I like to do a really good job.
Oh yeah.
So
and everybody loves your mural on the Creamery.
Thank you.
What is the name? For the life of me, you probably know. What is the name of the cow?
Her name is Dandelion.
Dandelion, that's right.
And
I keep thinking Buttercup, Dandelion.
Yeah, Dandelion, and I titled that mural "Milk Matters."
Nice.
And so that's a really fun mural. And well, this mural is I would say it's probably not as fun, but it definitely has it's been an incredible paint. I can explain that a little bit further on down, but I'll say first off that we had to create a space to paint the mural. So we decided to ask my family if it would be all right if we painted the mural or built a wall and then painted the mural in a family barn. And our family, the Phillips family, has a place for RV storage in the wintertime. And in the summer, it's totally empty. But it used to be a big old hay barn.
Like bees in like an aviary? You guys do...
No, it was a RVs. It's an RV storage in the wintertime.
Okay.
And so in the summer, it's empty. And that was like the biggest building that I could think of that we could probably paint this mural in. So
I thought you said it's where you store the bees for a second. Cool.
That's a lot of bees.
Right?
So this old hay barn has had some new life brought to it in the last couple of months. My husband and I built the wall, and we installed 9 4x8 sheets of weather grade paneling.
Like hardy board type stuff?
It's called OMD. I always mix it up. It's like a marine grade density fiberboard. It's a the highest quality signboard you can get your hands on. It's very smooth. It's weather resistant. It's the top notch of sign painting boards.
Now, I found really quick that instead of putting it directly on the building, we found like with the Creative District, we had the deer mural in front of the Aaron Huff Center, painted that directly on the building. Turns out the building was made with materials that the paint was not adhering to.
Oh, wow.
And we found through things that I think, that doing things on panels really gives you an advantage with mural work. Not only will the mural be, you can do it in more controlled conditions, like you said, indoor in your barn. You can have a little more control over it. You can take it apart in sections. And then if it ever gets decommissioned or you want to put something new up, you take it down, you can save it, and you don't have to paint over it, which I think is a big bonus.
Yeah, and essentially it could be moved if ever, if that was ever an idea, So painting on panels, it has its advantage. Certainly, the amount of time I've been able to dedicate to painting is far more time than I would have if I had to be on a scaffold.
Right.
On a hill, on the side of a building in the hot weather, and commuting to and from Northport every day, or to get to Colville. So I go to the ranch. It takes about 10 minutes for me to get there, and I'm painting. I've got my coffee, and I'm looking at the painting, and
you can leave your scaffolding up.
Yeah, leave the scaffolding, and it's been a real joy. So probably we started actually working on the physical mural at the beginning of June. So we picked up the materials, delivered them, built the wall, and then started to lay out the grid work, which that's how I was able to draw out the image in the first place, was a grid. So the original photo, say, was 1-inch squares, and there was 12 by 24 inch squares. And then the mural was drawn out with 1 foot squares, so 12 foot by 24 feet. And then Josh and I just took the small grid and we superimposed it onto the big one. So we drew it all out, and then after the drawing came the preliminary underpainting, which was to work out the lights and the darks and just sort of decide where where everything goes. And then began the next steps of painting. And I like to paint in a dark to light. So it's like the light comes from the darkness, and it just really makes for a nice visual effect in the end.
Nice.
So that's sort of been the process. And then as time has gone on, I also started from the top, and I'm working my way down. So I kind of got through all the scaffold work, which was its own challenge because I had to, climb up and down the scaffold to reach 12 feet up. And it's been really fun. And
get your leg workout in.
I got the leg workout, the arm workout. I've came up with some clever ways of scooching the scaffolding along, because it's actually on concrete in the barn.
Okay.
So where we're painting it, and it was the ideal location. really ideal. So I got the scaffold rolls really smoothly.
Nice.
And yeah, we have all of our stuff set up, and
Maybe next time put like a hand bar on the top so you can grab it and like pull yourself around.
there were many afternoons where we thought, how could we make this thing move? One of them would probably be an electronic moving scaffolding where, I'm driving it. But I think I need a few more murals under my belt to get to the machinery.
You need to get one of those snorkel lifts, where it lowers down and there's like 2 steps in it and then you push the button.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
or a genie lift. That's what we have in our building.
Yeah.
The genie lift.
Yeah.
And then the front of it, you can push it out. And so instead of just being 5 feet, it can be 8 feet,
Well, speaking of lifts, that's what we're going to install it with. So Sun Rental is renting us a 40-foot boom lift.
Oh,
and
cool.
Josh and I are going to shoot ourselves out there on the boom lift, and we're going to raise up the panels and install them on the side of the building. And that'll be its own feat in itself because, the painting will be done, and then we'll take it apart carefully, and then we'll load it, deliver it, and then do the opposite process where we'll have to put up a few backboards on the building, like a structure of sorts to put the mural on, because the siding has got different levels. So we have to put like a structure behind the mural, and then that's where
like furring strips basically.
Yeah. And then that's where we put all the same screws. So the painting will have, let's say it has 600 screws. We'll put them on those strips. So the painting will be screwed down, and it'll be in the same holes that they started with. So all the holes that I had originally, they're already there. They're going to just be filled with new screws.
Then do you have to go in and retouch up all those screws?
No, I number all the screws with all the colors. Just kidding.
You blew
all
my
600.
Then you have to get him in and turn him the exact number of turns.
I think
so
that
the
he
paint lines
believed
up.
you for
He
2
did.
seconds.
I did.
I almost did too.
So we
Can
will.
you see on her screen what we're looking
Oh
at?
yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's the preliminary under sketch that previous to painting. I'm working off of a black and white photo and a colorized version of a black and white photo from 1929. The details, they're sometimes a little bit blurry, so it's hard to really depict something at this scale. That
It's artwork. You can use the term sketchy.
it was sketching. Yeah. So, but after looking at it for however many, what seems like hundreds of hours at this point, I'm very aware of like each and every section of what's going on in there. And even if I haven't really quite figured it out, I know that it's there, and I'm not going to like fudge it and say, well, I think this is supposed to be that, and then I'll make something up. Like the best thing for me to do is just to make it historically accurate and say, this was the photo that Alma took, and I'm going to go with it because I'm not there to try to make something up. My job is to depict this as a historically accurate photo. So,
I love seeing. So the people listening on the air can't see this, but the people watching us online can. And I love just seeing the difference when you go from photo to photo, the richness and the detail that goes from each photo as you go along. Like this one is, obviously preliminary. It's still kind of, you're starting to color in the sketches, but then you go to the next one, and then boom, there's richness, there's texture in the ground, you can see the depth in it.
That's right. That would be like the beginning where I'm putting down big shapes, dark colors, and really like starting to put paint. My goal is to put paint everywhere, so everything gets brought up at the same time. So I don't leave anything behind. I try to keep everything moving along. I do small oil paintings, but boy, a 22 by 36 painting is a large oil painting.
Yeah.
But this here is 12 by 24 feet. It's hard to get everywhere at the same time, and so that was something that I had to really kind of keep in mind, that I wasn't going to cover everything all at one go.
Right.
It was going to take some time. So as I move along, I put paint down, and then I can always come back to it because it's top grade exterior house paint. and you can paint over it, and it's forgiving in that.
This is amazing, the process. It's just amazing.
And again, for the people that are watching online, maybe we can describe it for the people on the air. There's this one here where you've sort of got the foreground. You've got the details. You've got some texture in there. The background is the trees are just kind of this colored. They're obviously trees, but then you go to the next one here, and it almost seems like the trees get further away.
That's right. That's a good observation,
yeah.
Chuck. Actually, that's important for me to have the viewer see that, because when you look at nature and you look at the distant mountains, they're lighter, and then the mountains, as they come closer to you, they become richer in color. So the distant mountains and the distant forests are of a lighter tone, and then as they come forward to the foreground, that's where all of our most intense colors and our most high contrast should be.
Yeah.
And so that's that. It's kind of like an artist trick where I'm making sure that the viewer sees it as it actually is in reality.
Right.
What's difficult though with this is that this painting is I'm interpreting, like I said, a colorized black and white photo. So I wasn't there. None of us were there. So we have to look and see what would have our area looked like. And actually, essentially, it looks just like it does now.
Right.
But so I just want to have the painting in sort of a soft tone in the end, because I think it's nice to represent a little bit of that old-fashioned feeling.
Yeah, I like that. So I'm seeing in this one here, I can see some of your grid work. Is that something that you keep visible as you move along to help you?
Yeah, I'll re-grid if I'm in a place where I want to make sure my details are back on track. I can just use chalk right over top of the paint.
Oh, so that's what the white is.
Yeah,
chalk?
So I'll go back to the grid, and I do that all the time, actually.
Do you use like a construction chalk line, or is it?
No, I just use like kids chalk for chalkboard.
Okay.
Yeah, basically any area that I find that I need to. Actually, it's been the whole thing. Every inch of it. I think I've probably painted like 200 trees. Like it's crazy. There's so many trees in this painting.
And there's Jamie in action.
Yeah, that's actually the only picture here in this little slideshow that is me with the painting right now. We've stopped showing the public the mural about 3 weeks ago. We want to build the surprise and get the anticipation for the opening and the mural unveiling. So that picture is purposefully blurred. This is the location where the mural will be, and that's the old mural that was on the Historical Society. It had been decommissioned because it had gotten to the point where it was tired, and the Historical Society wanted to see something a little bit bigger, and I think they were also really looking for a bit more historically accurate, right?
Yes, and this mural will be installed on the grounds on one of the buildings on our property.
Okay.
So we will be still enjoying that, but just in a different location.
Fantastic. All right. So this one here, this must be the original but colorized photo, right?
Yes, it is. And that is a interesting story. That picture has been enjoyed by different businesses in Colville over the years. And Don Birch was the publisher at the Statesman Examiner for many years. He'd worked there for like
forever.
Ever. And Don, by the way, is like the same age as Smokey the Bear. So when we had our big Smokey the Bear celebration last year for Smokey's 80th birthday, Don was kind of a part of that too.
Oh, cool.
But so Don tells us that in the 1970s, that Alma's daughter, Mae Britton, had brought the photograph into the Statesman Examiner. So the employees at the Statesman Examiner decided, wow, this would be a great Christmas gift to Charles and Rosanna Graham, that were the publishers at that time and owners of the newspaper. So they took it to Don's studio, and I imagine he had to send it away to have it done. I don't know that he was able to do that large of a photograph. And so it hung in the publisher's office for many years, I think until 1992. And then Pat Graham, who is a son of Charles and Rosanna, he ran the newspaper for many years too. So he thought that that would be a good picture for us to have at the Historical Society.
Yeah.
So, and Pat's been a member for many years too. So,
oh, and I will say about that photo, just real quick, a bit of the background of it. So I just have this paperwork here, but I kind of know the backstory somewhat. But Alma is the photographer, and she was a young woman, not a, she was probably in her 20s, 30s maybe. Yeah. She was given access to be able to come down to the Indian encampment where they would be having these trading like salmon and trading goods and trading wares. And so it was probably a pretty active place. And so she was allowed to take a photo. And this photo is really what the mural is all about. And as you look in there, you can see, there's some Native Americans, there's some carts, there's some teepees, some ponies, and that's the Washington Waterworks Bridge that goes across that's the Kettle and the Columbia smashing together.
No, that is the Columbia.
That's the Columbia. Right, so it's like actually an island. It's kind of hard to depict, but there's an island, and then that bridge goes across, and that bridge could have walking pedestrians, and it could also have cars and carts. And so it was at that time period where, they still had these old-fashioned, wire bridges built out of wood, and like the rickety old, bookends, we're calling them, but they're like the structures that hold that bridge. When we look closely at the details, it's just made out of like,
Hopes
lumber. It's wild, and there were probably no rules, there were no restrictions, and we're looking at history here.
This should hold.
Yeah. So that photo was it's really special, and it's really neat to be able to showcase this, and also that it's had a history of its own after the photo was taken.
Yeah.
I find that really interesting, that now it's even more of a historical item because now I'm painting it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't want to forget the sponsors. For
this. And this was really amazing to be awarded a Vincent Fund. Mm-hmm. It's something that I've been thinking about for quite a few years, and I've always wondered about it and thought, oh gosh, how does an artist get there? And come to find out, it's through the Stevens County Historical Society this time around. Cool. And the Vincent Fund has, provided me with this opportunity, and the Historical Society and, the city of Colville, to be able to create this mural. And it doesn't come at a, it's the cost of things. Everything costs a lot. So, it's important to get funding and grants. And
so the Historical Society would not have been able to do this mural without the Vincent funds.
Yeah.
We just don't have the budget for it. So we are very, very grateful to them and for the Colville City Council for supporting us in this venture.
That's incredible.
So
yeah, and no matter how much you love something, it costs, and we can't do all of us can't do things voluntarily. So, we need to pay for that.
Especially when it's a thing you do for a living.
Yeah. And you spend hundreds of hours on it. That's amazing. Those pictures were just wonderful. I know we're getting near closing time.
Yeah.
But
this has been just very enlightening to me. And I'm hoping that our listeners want to go up there and see it.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this. Thank you guys for coming on.
And when is the mural going to be put up?
So the mural unveiling is August 9th.
Okay.
And our celebration begins at 12:30. And
we are going to be offering free admission that day at the museum. So you can come for the unveiling and enjoy that, and then just go right into the museum or the grounds. We'll have people up at the lookout that day, and you can just come and we'll have also some light refreshments, cookies and cold water. And one thing, if I have time for...
Yeah, we're a little over time, but go ahead.
Okay, one thing I wanted to mention was these falls were so important to the Native Americans. And I sometimes get emotional when I talk about this, but they would bring tribes from Canada, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, all over Washington. So these tribes would converge, and when they caught the salmon, when they brought it back to shore, there was a salmon chief, and he would evenly distribute the salmon. And he would also keep track of how much salmon was being taken from the river.
Yeah.
So he regulated all of that. And when the number was reached, that was it. And I think that was for the different types of salmon, because there was like five different types of salmon that would come up the river.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
Anyway, so when they lost that fishing grounds, it was really tremendous.
Devastating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what an honor to depict it.
Yes.
This is really,
Yeah.
really very special.
Yeah.
That's incredible. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out today and telling us all about this stuff. So August 9th, 12th, did you say 12:30 is the unveiling?
Yes.
At the, what's the name of the museum again?
The Stevens County Historical Society. Okay. And the address is 700 North Wynn in Colville.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you can follow my Facebook adventures of my painting at Jamie Rose Lord Paints and Creates on Facebook. And so I'm always posting my updates there, and you can see some of these pictures in more depth on my Facebook page. And we're creating a buzz for the mural unveiling, and we're all very excited.
Outstanding. Well, you guys have been wonderful guests. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, yeah, this has been really good.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone out there, for listening. And you can tune in right here tonight on KCHW from 6 to 8 p.m. We bring you music for the mountain. 8 to 10 p.m. is Dirt Road Blues with our very own Dirt Road Doug McQuain live in the studio. Then from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., we bring you Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock, Total, and Earth Date. We hope you guys all have a great day out there. Stay cool. It's going to be a hot one. Stay in your air conditioning. This has been the KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio.
It's 9:12.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit